My name is Patrick J. Ciser, and I'm from New Jersey. I own and operate the Clifton Dojo. I'm very proud of the Kwaikan Clifton Dojo because my sensei, Sensei Edward Kaludis, an early pioneer of Kwaikan Karate in America, opened the dojo in 1965. I became the owner in 1987. I actually signed up for karate with Sensei Kaludis at the Clifton Dojo in 1971. So from 71 to 87, I trained hard, I got some advancement, and I wound up ultimately owning the dojo myself, which still operates today. So the Clifton Dojo is the oldest operating Kwaikan dojo in the United States. Kwaikan Karate-Do has grown a lot over the years, but because we try to keep it traditional, we keep it like a tight family, it didn't do that commercialism like some of the systems do. It didn't expand to that extent. We try to keep Kwaikan, all the kata, the history, the philosophy, everything that we teach, we try to keep it as original as possible. We have very strong ties with Japan, whether it's Sensei Onishi, Sensei Yamamoto, Sensei Ikushima, Sensei Hoshi, the top leaders of Kwaikan in Japan. We all interact together because we're always looking for perfection. Basically, Kwaikan started out in the United States outside Japan, and then it grew to Venezuela at the behest of Sensei Kaludis, and we started going to tournaments in Venezuela over the years, and then we expanded to Greece. So we have dojo in Athens, Greece. We have a dojo in Cyprus. So Kwaikan expanded a little bit more in that area.
So do you happen to know approximately how many Kwaikan dojo there are here in the United States?
Oh, approximately, I'd have to give it to you quick without actually having the time to count. I'd say that there's about 20. Basically, we don't like to do a lot of different belts and add them. We try not to prostitute the art or commercialize it too much. Some systems can have as many as 8 different belts. What we do in Kwaikan is, in America, we have white, green, brown, and black. 4 belts, that's it. In Japan, they do white, yellow, brown, and black. Just, it doesn't matter if you're yellow or you're green. The basic concept is we only have 4 belts. Sensei Eizo Onishi, who is our 10th degree black belt and world leader, who founded Kwaikan in the 50s, he goes back to the old Shurite and Nahate from Okinawa. In other words, our lineage comes from Sensei Itoso, Sensei Juhatsu Kyoda from the Nahate and the Shurite, and it was handed down to Toyama. And over the years, I mean, if you go way back, you go Higashiona. Okay, so all our people that handed down kata to Kwaikan and Sensei Onishi come from a very strong base and lineage from Okinawa to Japan, and then so on to the United States. Yes, Kwaikan doesn't believe in being strict and robotic. In other words, everybody has different weights and body types. Some people are tall, some people are short. So what we believe in is adapting for the person's size and the style of fighting. So we give a little bit more freedom. So we're not very strong or rigorous in that regard. I've been in Karate-Do since 1971, 45 years. And I've trained not only in Kwaikan, but I visited other dojos so I could be on the New Jersey All-Star team when I was younger. And I made 5 different U.S. karate teams traveling to different parts of the world, including Venezuela and Greece, where I won gold medals in those places as well on the U.S. team. The weight training is a very important part of my training. I'm not as big, I don't have that Arnold Schwarzenegger mentality anymore. As a matter of fact, I almost hate to admit it, I turned 60 this year, and at age 60, I just want to maintain pretty much what I have. But I do put in more modern training, such as planks and core training. We didn't do a lot of core training back in the 70s and 80s. So now we changed that up a little bit, so I incorporate that.
For your students?
Well, I always believe in quality over quantity. So I take each one of my students and I take them aside and I drill into them perfection, perfection, perfection. Now, as human beings, we all know that we're not perfect and we're never going to be perfect. But it's like climbing that that mountain you're constantly climbing, trying to reach the summit that you can never really reach. You're always looking for more. Even at my age, physically, I'm not what I was at 30, but mentally, what I bring to the game, I used to always make a joke like Bill Parcells, a famous Giants football coach. He doesn't have to make touchdowns. but he trains people and teaches people how to perform well and make the touchdowns. So in my game, I take these younger guys and I take them from early age and I mold them and I teach them strength. I also have to teach them things like how to think. Some schools don't do that. In other words, if you get slapped really hard across the face and you go down and you go, wow, that stung, I don't want any more of that. Now, if you do that, you're never going to be a fighter.
Right.
You have to enjoy it, build on it, even sometimes let your anger help you get over it and come back harder and stronger. So sometimes you not only have to train physically, you really have to train mentally as well. The person I always admired the most, and I had the opportunity to train with him a couple times, and even play a little golf with him. And I don't even like golf, but he wanted to play golf, it's okay. And that's Bill Superfoot Wallace. Bill Superfoot Wallace was always one of the top guys in the country, if not the world, is my opinion, and I love him. I also have a lot of respect for Chuck Norris. I met him one time in Virginia just to say hello to him.
Real deal.
I mean, I was nobody at the time, and I just got a chance to say hello and make it. But the one thing I really admire about Chuck Norris, number one, he's conservative like I am, but at the same time, he remained a regular guy. Like he'll come to tournaments today, he'll see other black belts, other people in the martial arts. He'll treat us the same as he did when he wasn't a movie star. So I admire that very much. Most of the Kweikan Dojo are heavily involved in Facebook and advertising and things like that. My system, Academy of Kweikan Karate, East Coast Hambu Dojo, is on Facebook. You can go to our page. Some people have web pages across the country, but it seems Facebook is a little more popular, and we're leaning towards that.
Come arigato, Sensei Ciser. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate that. Okay, have a good day.
Bye.